So I figured I'd make a short about the Fermi paradox. I've heard a lot of different ideas from many other different people, specific to the idea being that they've alien species wiped themselves out using technology, or because they're wiped out by environmental factors, or they're wiped out because they only live on one planet. I would suspect that some of those may have occurred, but I don't think that's the main great filter. I don't think that's the thing that's actually bumping off all of these species. I think the truth is actually more insidious. It's actually part of how we think itself. We are our worst enemies. And I don't mean that in the technologies we wield or anything like that. I mean in the way we consider our motivation for continuing to exist. So what do I mean by that? I mean that the mechanisms that allowed humankind to survive early existence slowly corrode over time to the point where we no longer desire to continue existing as a species. The impetus and momentum disappears. And we're beginning to see that now with modernity. Basically, when humankind has gotten to the point where our collective history and our collective knowledge becomes so great, we slowly reverse engineer all the traditions that made survival possible, such that we corrode them to the point where the motivation and impetus to continue the species vanishes. And this is something that is inevitable. It's not something that can be avoided or sidestepped. It's something that we are confronting now, and we're beginning to realize that there's no way back. So, what do I mean? Fertility rates, basically. And this is something that won't just affect one particular race or another. This is something that every race will experience. Modernity itself is the cause of this. And it will slowly erode everything to the point where we will actively, as a race, essentially choose not to exist anymore. I mean, as a species. And this is something that's unavoidable. This is the great filter. Because thought itself, the deconstruction of all tradition, is a facet of consciousness. It's a facet of organized civilizations.